Good Saturday morning, DFW. We've never had this many people in the studio. We probably have maybe 15 people in the studio, and the temperature has gone up. Hopefully it doesn't make my first guest sweat. His name is Trey Dyer. He is the president of Mesero Restaurant Group. Welcome to the Jeff Crilley Show.
Thank you for having me, Jeff.
Now, you and I just met the other night. My wife is head of marketing for Legacy West, which is that huge development just west of the tollway on Legacy in Plano. And when she introduced you, I was like, I love Mesero. I mean, the concept is amazing, and it's packed, isn't it? Your new location?
The new location is packed all the time, and it's due in large part because of the whole development of Legacy West. Just the energy there is over the top. It's the best way to describe it.
And I've got to give you a lot of credit for this concept, and I think your journey into the restaurant business is a great journey because you're a lawyer.
Yeah, I'm a classically trained lawyer and went to law school here in Dallas at SMU and had the benefit of meeting Miko at the right time when he was getting his start back into the Mexican food industry back in 2011.
Okay, for those who don't know Miko, and he's an icon in Dallas, tell us about Miko.
Okay, so Miko, otherwise known as Michael Rodriguez, is the founder of Mi Cocina or M Crowd Group. So he founded Mi Cocina Taco Diner, and back in 1993 revolutionized what we would consider Tex-Mex today. And then after many years, in 2011, we would say he took it up another notch. And when the Mesero Restaurant Group was founded, we're very happy with where we are now. He's the creative genius behind all of it.
He is a visionary. So I'm trying to imagine Tex-Mex before. Was it like on the border, or what did Dallas have before Miko?
Back before Miko, it was El Phoenix and El Chico, and it was what everyone would consider to be just your kind of, I guess, grub Mexican, Tex-Mex. With Miko, he took it and he elevated it. He put, the right foot forward when it came to food and to service, and really was an explosion on the marketplace, which is exactly what we did back in 2011 when we opened up again. It was people had lost that ideal that service was important, that food and the taste and the quality was important. And so that's where we kind of founded everything on.
And I've got to say, you two make a dream team because not coming from the restaurant business, I think gives you a fresh pair of eyes, and you're able to look at it differently, aren't you?
The only restaurant experience I had was, I think I was a busser back when I was about 12, and one of my father's clients, Sonny Bryan's, down in the West End for a summer.
and that allows you to come in and say, why don't we do it this way, and not be jaded by the traditions of the restaurant industry.
To some extent. I mean, there's a lot of revolutionary technology and ways to do things out there, and a lot of restaurant groups that have been, I guess, hindered is the wrong term, but they are set in the ways that they do it, and if they can't look at it from a fresh set of eyes, then you cannot change with the way things are changing in the world and as fast as they are changing.
My guest right now, Trey Dyer, he's the president of the Mesero Restaurant Group. How many locations do you have?
We currently have 5 locations and are under construction on our 6th in Fort Worth and plan to have a 7th open next year.
It's a tough business, and people, sometimes I think they watch reality television and they say, oh, it's easy, I'll just open up a restaurant.
That is a common misconception that it's an easy business, but truthfully, coming from a lawyer, which was 24/7, I can truthfully say that this business is more time intensive, more thought intensive, and requires so much more of your own personal energy into the project for it to succeed.
What's the secret to making a restaurant a classic, as you guys have? Because Dallas is notoriously fickle. They love something for about a year, you can't get in, and then the next year it's closed.
Well, they do say that in this town, if you can make it longer than a year, you've got something special. And ours is simple. It's just focusing on our guests and focusing on the service and making sure that the two harmonize together. Because if you lose sight of either of those things, you either lose sight of your guests or you lose sight of the people that make your restaurant great, you will always fail.
And let's talk about keeping great people, because I know it's very competitive right now for great servers. And I don't know about you, but I've gone to restaurants where the food could be delicious, but my server was rude or wouldn't come back to fill up my water glass. And I say to my wife, let's never go back again. It's tough, isn't it?
It's very tough. I mean, truthfully, it's probably one of the toughest markets, I would say, in Dallas right now, is finding quality people who are willing to stay, who are willing to put in that extra mile and support what your core values are. It's becoming increasingly more and more complicated.
And what were the challenges opening up Legacy West? Because I know you guys did a very soft open. It wasn't like a ribbon cutting or anything.
No. We watched Earl's, who had a phenomenal open. We watched True Foods that had a phenomenal opening. But they were these, all of a sudden, just you open the doors and thousands of people flew in, which is great. But it also hinders the service part of it. Your kitchen can't keep up. Your servers can't keep up. So we went into this one with the thought process of we're going to do it slow. So we opened the doors and literally told no one, just organically saw what would happen. We started with a limited menu and just kind of each day, at the end of the day, we said, okay, are we ready? Is it time to break out the full thing? Can we handle it? And I think because of that, we had one of the smoothest openings we've had, and it's just continued to build upon itself.
Absolutely. And I've been to several of your locations, never had a bad meal, never had bad service, and I think that's tough to keep up that quality and that standard and really be meticulous about it.
That's the Miko part of it. He is very meticulous. Miko can walk into any one of our restaurants and see everything that's going perfectly and everything that's not going perfectly. And he has a special way of going up to the things that aren't going exactly like they should and helping bring it back to where it needs to be.
How important is location?
That's probably the most key component. I mean, we've been lucky to have some very good locations, very good landlords who have come to us and supported us as we've kind of moved into their location. But it's everything. If you could have the greatest concept, the greatest food, the greatest people, but if your location is hindered by parking, hindered by just not the right mix of people around you to support what you're trying to do, you're doomed to fail before you even start.
And you really do have great locations. Can you list them off for us?
So we currently have the original one down on McKinney. That's Mr. Mesero. We have Mesero Henderson, which is just about 300 yards east of the original. Where the Mesero concept we have now was born is in Inwood Village, which is our kind of de facto home. We then opened up one on Beltline that we lovingly call Prestonwood, that's got a phenomenal view of the Prestonwood golf course from our patio. And our newest is Legacy West. And coming, hopefully later this year, we'll be in Fort Worth over in Clear Fork.
Wow. Let's talk about that for a second. And now, is the Fort Worth palette or the Fort Worth market different than the Dallas market?
I think it's a starved market, actually. I think there's a lot of things that Fort Worth has been waiting for or needing, and too many people felt that the entry over there is too hard from the standpoint of there's a lot of homegrown brands over there. But we're lucky enough to have that Miko did bring Mi Casino over there, and it's a recognized brand, and as a result of which I think we're going to build off of just the need for what we bring to the market.
Do you find that I came from up north and I came down to Dallas and they said, now you got to know that Fort Worth and Dallas are completely different. Is it going to be any different marketing to the Fort Worth palette?
I don't know yet. I think that, we're fortunate enough to be going in with a bunch of people who are the same type of, that Fort Worth would recognize. Like Neiman's is already there. Mm. This will be the first Chanel opening. Tesla will be opening with us. Rise number 3, which is a wonderful concept that's right around the corner from us at Inwood Village, is over there. So I think just as a whole, the synergy of that location will be, it may not be as powerful, but it's going to be very powerful. And it will draw everyone from around the neighborhood.
Absolutely. Hey, you've been a great guest. Give us the website so people can find your locations.
The website is Mesero, which is MESERO.net.
Awesome. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having me, Jeff.
Coming up next, can you imagine a San Antonio Riverwalk in North Texas? Fort Worth can. It's the Trinity River Vision just ahead.
More of the Jeff Crilley Show coming up.